What's up, everyone? We are live at 5. It is Monday, June 29th. I'm Paul Wontorek.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joined, as always, by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hey, Beth, who is here today as a special guest?
We have Broadway alum Mattea Conforti with us. And she is in the show Nosferatu, which makes me think there's a vampire moment involved. So you let me know, Paul.
This show is a lot. This show is a lot. I'm really into it. But she's done a lot of Broadway and she's done a lot of TV, and I don't know, she's just going places. So I'm very excited that she's joining us, and we will talk to her. But first, today's news.
We knew this news was coming, but it doesn't make it hurt any less.
Yeah, there you go. There are some Broadway theaters, and they are going to be empty until at least the end of 2020. So officially, Broadway was closed until September 6th, and this extension kept on rolling along. And now the Broadway League has announced that extension of the suspension of all performances will be through January 3rd. Now, that doesn't mean we're coming back on January 3rd. It just means that's the latest date that there will be closed through. Was that a sentence? Let's just say that was a sentence. So no shows in 2020. A lot of shows that were scheduled to be performing in the fall have already shifted their dates until the spring. That's what we talked about basically the last few weeks. So those dates are standing for now, and we will find out more at the end of the year, it looks like.
We're going to get through this.
We're going to get there. It's temporary, everyone.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It is. And in the meantime, the Actors Fund has started a great new campaign.
That's right. So the Actors Fund has been doing a lot of great work during this crazy time for our industry. And so today they announced something called Every Actor Insured campaign, which is exactly what it says. Basically, they're enhancing free and confidential insurance and support services for everyone, and hiring counselors. And there's $1 million donated by Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. And the Actors Fund is an incredible organization, and it has raised $10.5 million in the last 8 weeks, I believe, is about what we're talking about here. So they're really there for this industry. A lot of people in our industry will need the help, and there's a lot of people ready to support them. So this is great news, and the Broadway family really comes together in times of need, and that's really what we're seeing here.
And you can now attend this very famous summer camp from the comfort of your own home.
That's right. The very famous Stage Door Manor, which has lots of alums who made it to the big time, is launching an online platform where you basically can go to camp from your home. And a lot of Broadway stars have signed up to be a part of this, including Kelly O'Hara, who you saw right there, Danae Benton, Javier Munoz, so many people, Ali Stroker, so many people, Christy Altamar, lots of our vloggers, actually. Always good. They know how to get around a digital platform, and you can go online. They have workshops and be a part of Stage Door Manor, which has had so many famous alums, including Natalie Portman, Robert Downey Jr., Rachel Chavkin, Beanie Feldstein, and more. So it's a great opportunity to spend some time this summer with some Broadway stage favorites.
Fantastic. You never went, did you, Beth? You didn't go? And
I went to summer camp. I didn't go to Stage Door Manor.
I went there once for, what did I go there for? We just went, I don't remember what I went there for.
I remember you went there, and we did some kind of film. Sometimes
I didn't act, but I got to see them all act, and it's a fun place. But everything's going online now. You don't have to go in person.
No more bug bites. That's nice.
That's right. You can make your own bug juice if you want to.
Bug juice. S'mores at home. All good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, Beth, thank you for joining us. Caitlin, why don't you take us away and tell us about today's guest?
Gladly. You guys, today we have Mattea Conforti kicking off a brand new week of Live at 5 Home Edition, live right here on Facebook and YouTube. Theater fans may know her from appearing in Frozen, Matilda, and Sunday in the Park with George. Yes, all three. But today she's talking about starring on AMC's Nosferatu, and she stars alongside Broadway and screen favorite Zachary Quinto. So we have a lot to talk about. She's also appeared on screen in Power, Frozen 2, yes, she's in that, and Ollie and the Moon Show. So we're very excited. You guys can follow her on social at Mattea Conforti. Leave all of your questions in the comments below, and please welcome Mattea and Paul.
Hello, Mattea Conforti.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. First of all, where are you? Where are you?
So I'm at my house in New Jersey right now, trying to make
Okay.
the best of everything with what's going on in the world. And I'm very grateful for all that I have here. And I'm just thankful for the situation that I got to be put in during this pandemic.
Yeah. It's been a crazy time, hasn't it? What
Definitely.
have the last couple months been like for you?
Well, definitely trying to stay busy as best as I can. Jobs have been put on hold, and a lot of theater and filming haven't really been picked up yet. But I've been working on some of my hobbies here, like doing some virtual online dance classes. Maybe I did a lot of bike riding, and we live around a lot of lakes here at my house, so we do a lot of like kayaking and paddleboarding there. So just trying to make the best of what I have.
Cool. And how old are you now?
I'm 14. I just turned 14.
Well, happy birthday. Oh, that's right. Are you a Gemini? May 22nd? Is that right?
Yep.
May 22nd? Did I already get
May
that
22nd.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm May 29th, so
Cool.
I like a fellow Gemini.
My brother's actually May 24th too. So.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you've been keeping busy. You've been keeping yourself
Definitely.
busy. So Nosferatu. So I have to admit, I have not been paying attention to this show. So season two just started. I'm a little behind on it, but knowing that you were coming on, I wanted to like dig in and really see what it was, and I got like immediately hooked. It's crazy. It's scary.
Definitely.
It's weird. It's all over the place. Your character, what's her name?
Millie Manx.
Mm-hmm. She's a lot.
Definitely.
She's a lot. The teeth, and the whole thing.
The veins, everything.
She's a lot. So let's tell everyone a little bit. And as Caitlin mentioned, Zachary Quinto is your dad on the show. Although it's not your typical dad-daughter storyline.
Right. Not a typical father-daughter bond, but.
So why don't you tell everyone, how do you describe the show to people? It's based on a book actually written by Stephen King's son,
Joe Hill.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about it.
Nosferatu, when you first watch the show, many people can assume that it's about like horror and gory and dangerous scenes and intense moments. But really, when you're playing the characters and you really go into depth on what's happening in the scenes, you can see a bunch of more drama between the characters, and you can see all of their emotions between each other. And season 2 definitely picks up on a place where all of the characters' emotions become more intense with each other, and stakes are risen for everybody, not in Christmas Land, but also in the real world.
Right, because Christmas Land is a thing. So it's like so Zachary Quinto, your dad character, what's the character's name?
Charlie Manx.
Right. So he creates Christmas Land, and he's sort of like, he's not necessarily a bad guy. Like, it's kind of like this.
Yeah. Christmas Land, it's like he's trying to give all these children better lives. He's trying to make sure that everyone feels loved in their own way, and he's trying to make sure that everyone's just happy because he didn't have the best childhood, and he wanted to give other children a chance to experience what he couldn't, but he doesn't do it in the best way possible. So he comes off as this crazy guy.
Well, he's not a big fan of the parents. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. He doesn't like to ruin children's imagination. He likes it when all the children are just innocent and pure.
So you got to be on season 1. You were in a couple episodes. Mm-hmm. And then for season 2, you're like a regular now, which is amazing. You kind of got like bumped up. Did you know that was happening? Did you know that when You didn't?
I didn't even know. I didn't know that season 2 was going to get picked up after season 1. I mean, season 1, I was so happy to be a part of the couple of episodes. But once we did season 2, I was even more happy to be part of the whole season. And it's insane to think that how much I've become more a part of this Nosferatu family.
I love it, and you're so talented. And
Thank you.
so let's talk. You've been doing a lot of TV. You've been
Right.
doing a lot of stage work, a lot of TV. It's really exciting. It's really exciting. You're keeping busy. So how many years ago did you? I know you were a dancer, right? You started by learning dance.
Yeah, I started out doing competitive dance, so I didn't really have any experience with acting or singing before.
Wow. And then you just heard about Matilda. And Matilda was already a hit, right, on Broadway?
Right. We didn't even have an appointment to go audition for Matilda. We just kind of went for an open call for like dance roles. We weren't even focused on singing because, I mean, the most singing experience I'd had at the time was like singing in the shower. So I never had a voice lesson before that. And I was just doing what I love to do, which was to perform and to be on the stage.
How long did you get to do Matilda on Broadway?
I got to do Matilda for about a year and a half on Broadway.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was definitely a very fun experience for me.
So many talented young girls got to be in Matilda. So many of your fellow co-stars are doing fantastic. I mean, it was really super talented. They were really looking for like very talented young people. Matilda, and it's interesting. Go ahead.
Matilda was just like an environment with such talented kids at such a young age that no one had really ever heard of that before, because mainly kids weren't supposed to carry a Broadway show. But Matilda kind of like did the opposite of that, and they were showing the audience that doesn't matter what age you are, that you can be as experienced or you can do whatever you put your heart to.
So by the time you finished that year and a half where you were like, yes, I want to be a performer, I'm all in. This is what I want to do.
I always had that intention from when I was like really little. I just loved like performing for people and making people happy. That was just what I always wanted to do. And I think once I got out of Matilda, it was good to, kind of get back to my real life and to kind of like focus on what's happening at my home. But 2 weeks after, I was like, all right, what's next? Like, I didn't want to break. I just wanted to go back on that stage and just to do more.
And then you also got to do Sunday in the Park with George.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to do Frozen, of course.
I didn't really decide to go into any of those shows. They kind of just like happened. So after Matilda, not even after Matilda, the 2 weeks that I was supposed to be ending Matilda, I had auditioned for the first Frozen lab. So I was overlapping the Frozen lab and Matilda at the same time. So I was doing that during the day and the show at night. And then once I finished up the Frozen lab, that's when I went into Sunday in the Park with George, which was a totally different experience than both of those shows because I was the only kid on that show. And I got to really learn a lot from the other adults around me. And I got to create more of like a healthier, not healthier, but like more of like an experience acting environment for me.
That's amazing. So what's your school situation?
So ever since I was doing all this stuff, I was going to real school, like public school. So I would do school during the day and then show at night. But when we were in rehearsals, I would do like tutoring in the stage. So I would do tutoring for like 3 hours of the day, and then I would go do rehearse or do the show.
Wow, do you hear? I have lightning and thunder here. Suddenly, like a storm started. It's very Nosferatu. I'm gonna like dig back into Nosferatu after we finish talking. It's very dismal. I love it. What is it like being on set? And by the way, it's spelled. How's it spelled? NOS.
NOS for number 4 A2.
A2, right? So what is it like? Actually, you have crazy dental work happening.
Mm-hmm. These aren't the teeth in the show.
What is it like actually filming it, and it, you know, it's a real blend of like, you know, I love shows that like you can't really just say what the genre is, because I don't like dismissing a show as like, you know, one kind of thing, but there are elements of fantasy and sci-fi and horror and drama, and some things are funny about it, and there's all sorts of levels to it. What is it like actually being on set and to be doing something with that kind of atmosphere?
So being on set of Nosferatu is definitely different than seeing it on TV. Like I remember watching the show last night, and it was nothing how I remembered filming, because
Wow.
when you're filming the show, there's all these visual effects that go into editing later, and you don't see that. You just see a green screen as you're filming. So you kind of have to like use your imagination to really get into character. But once you see it on the big screen, it's like, wow, there's you don't realize how much work really goes into producing or editing a show.
Now, you were young Anna in Frozen. Was that a dream to be involved with Frozen?
Yes.
I mean, and like you said, you got involved early on, so you did a bunch of the workshops, right?
I mean, even when I was doing it from early on, I remember I used to watch the show when I was young, not the show, the movie when I was younger, and I used to be a huge fan of it. Like, I would dress up in Elsa costumes and Anna dresses and do that for Halloween and stuff, but it's not even like imaginable for me to be able to actually recreate it on a Broadway stage and to do the sequel of the movie. And I would have never thought that at 7 years old that I could be a Disney princess.
So what do you want to be when you grow up? I mean, you're being a lot already as you grow up. But like, what do you? I mean, obviously, you want to keep performing. Do you have like, and I'm sure, are you enjoying all the on-camera work in addition to on stage? You want to keep doing both? What do you want to do?
All I want to do is just perform. I love performing on stage, even if it's not on stage, even if it's like just in front of a camera. I love being behind the scenes and working with everybody, and I love portraying characters and playing pretend, and I've always loved to do that, and hopefully I still can. But right now I just want to like focus on everybody getting back to their jobs, like, and staying healthy, and everybody just being safe in the best way possible. But hopefully one day I can continue to do all that stuff.
You have time. You have time.
Right.
Yeah, you have time. That's good. And what are you going to do this summer? Do you have any like special goals for the summer? Or
well, we were going to go away on vacation, but we obviously can't go away right now. But we might go down to the shore for a little bit. We have a house down there, so we might go down there for like a couple of weeks. But other than that, we're just gonna hang around each other just like normal.
What does your family think of all of this showbiz stuff in your life?
I mean, they've always just been so supportive of me, and I'm so grateful that I got stuck with these people, especially in quarantine. I couldn't imagine really doing any of this stuff without them, and I couldn't imagine it because I wouldn't have been able to do all this stuff without them. I mean, driving me to the city every day, like just making sure that I'm prepared for all my jobs and researching all of this stuff with me. It's a lot of work, and it's not just a lot of work on my part, but it's also a lot of work on their part. And I'm just extremely grateful that they're all just so supportive of what I do.
You've worked with a lot of incredible performers on stage and screen. Who are some of your favorites? Like, who inspires you that you've got to work with?
Well, I mean, everyone really inspires me in their own way, because everyone grows up doing different acting experiences, or they learn from other people on different acting experiences. Just like how I did, I learned from all of the other really cool actresses and actors that I've ever worked with. And they all are just so different, like their acting approaches and their singing approaches to the show, and how they can, like, what they can bring to the table is just so different. And learning from what they can do and how they cooperate with everyone else on set, it really helps me, and it helps me carry that on to the next project.
You seem very mature. I love it. But I want to know, who are you like a fan of? Who do you consider yourself a fan of?
I'm really a fan of Elle Fanning.
Awesome.
We did a movie together when I was 7 or 8. We did a movie together, and I still remember to this day how much I admired her work ethic, and that's when I like really knew that I wanted to get into this industry, because
Cool.
I saw how much love that she puts into every project, and I thought that I could do the same, and I definitely did, but I still have a long way to go, and hopefully I can learn from not just her, but also other people.
Which movie was that?
That was 3 Generations.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's bring Caitlin back in and see what the people are asking us.
Yes. Okay. So first question is Jamie.
Do you hear
wants
the
to know-
thunder? Do you hear the thunder? Yeah, crazy. It's
I'm very
crazy.
jealous. I love rainstorms. Okay, so Jamie wants to know, what is it like working with Zachary Quinto, especially your guys' interesting relationship on the show?
Mm-hmm. Well, on and off set, he's such a professional actor, and he's just like any other actor. He can get serious when he needs to be, and he can be silly and goofy, and he also knows how to incorporate cast and crew together, which is a really good thing in the industry, and he knows how to make sure that everyone is included together, even when we're filming too. Like, he knows how to just make everyone in a good mood.
It's so crazy because on the show, his character's all different ages. Like, he
Right.
jumps around.
Yeah,
Like,
he's so talented that he can play 300 something years old and then go back to his real age.
I know. It's crazy.
I love it. Okay, going off of Paul's questions earlier, Samantha Elliott wants to know, who's your Broadway idol and who do you want to work with someday?
Well, I mean, hopefully I have the chance to work with other people again. I would love to be able just to do a show again, just because right now I think I need to focus on staying healthy and safe. But I think if I really had to pick an experienced Broadway actor that I would want to work with, is Lin-Manuel Miranda, just because he's done so much, and I feel like that I can really learn from him in other Broadway shows just because he's so experienced. But right now I think it's safe and better for everyone to be focused on returning safely back to Broadway and to bring the lights back up on Broadway.
Are you going to watch Hamilton on
Oh,
Disney
definitely.
Plus? Definitely.
Of course.
She's in. She's in.
Of course.
I know you are.
I love it. Okay, so Laura wants to know, what was it like? You got to play Anna on stage and Elsa on screen. So what was that like? And do you have which one you like more?
Ooh, I mean, Anna and Elsa, they're such a dynamic duo. Many people think that Anna may be more like crazier than Elsa. She's definitely a lot more free-spirited, careless. But they both have the same intentions when either solving problems or working well with each other. They both have so much love for each other, and they both care so much about even like the littlest things with each other that I don't really have a favorite, just because they're so different to compare. But each one brings new things to the table that I like to work with filming and doing the Broadway show.
I love your Broadway posters behind you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Well, wait, let's see. What's the one on the left? I see Sunday in the Park with George and Frozen.
This one, that's Matilda.
Okay,
That's
cool.
Sunday in the Park with George, and that's Frozen.
Look at you with 3 Broadway credits. 3 Broadway credits. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Girl, that's amazing. All right, so Kiana wants to know, what was it like to be the voice of young Elsa, and what was that experience like voicing a character?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's voicing a character is definitely different than filming a character or playing a character on Broadway stage, because when you're filming or portraying a character on Broadway, you get to use your facial expressions or body language. But once you're behind the booth, you really have to tell the story by like using your voice and indicators in your voice when you're asking a question or when you're excited, because that's how the audience is going to know what the mood of the character is. But it's definitely a good change because you can experiment more with your like acting range.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a whole different experience.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Oh, okay. So, ooh. Oh, sorry. I keep reading a lot. I'm like, there's quite a few. Oh, okay. So Sherry wants to know what is in your book. They just learned what an audition book is and wants to know what's in yours.
Oh, okay. So an audition book is like a audition book of songs, or
I'm assuming it's songs. Yeah, like your audition. Yeah.
So an audition book of songs is like short, like 16 bars of a song that you have to pick for an audition. And usually what you should do is you should pick different kind of songs from like different kinds of genres. So like more dramatic songs or more like scarier tone songs, just so that you can really pick a song that is best for an audition. Mm-hmm. In my audition book, wow, I haven't looked in that in forever, just because I haven't really been on the stage in a long time. But usually what I would do is I would pick songs from different kinds of shows, just so that I could get a good some good options for auditions. And also it's good for the practice too, when you're doing voice lessons, so you can work on these songs and you can kind of better your voice even if you're not doing a show, when you're just auditioning, because any type of experience counts, and any type of experience is going to help you in the long run.
So you said you're doing dance classes from home.
Yeah.
So what room do you do that in?
I do that probably either in my basement or in my room. I mean,
cool.
It's hard to like find space when you have to use like a ballet bar. I don't even have a ballet bar. I use like chairs, but you have to make the best of what's happening right now. And if that means I'll move a chair in my room, I'll move a chair in my room.
Yep. Yeah. I haven't been on the ballet bar either. I gave up. I gave up. I'm just taking time off from the ballet bar.
Just for now.
Let's bring Beth back in.
I can't believe you gave up the ballet bar, Paul.
Yeah. Beth, are you more of an Elsa or an Anna?
I'm more of an Elsa. I think we all know that. And I think that Mattea has a great chance of working with Lin-Manuel Miranda, because he's part of the Disney family now.
Yeah. Sure. Something to work towards. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, so what night is Nosferatu? So you can watch season 1 on Hulu. That's how I'm catching up. And the new episodes are on AMC. And what night is it on? It's on
Sundays.
Okay, it's on Sunday nights, right? So the second episode came out yesterday.
Second episode came out yesterday.
Right. Cool. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see more. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And we can't wait to see what you do next. We're going to watch you on TV. We're going to see you on Broadway. We're going to see you everywhere.
And all the dental work.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you again. Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another fun episode of Live at 5 Home Edition. You can follow along where we get your podcast by searching for hashtag Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Now I'm going to leave you guys with the just released trailer of Respect, starring Jennifer Hudson, Audrey McDonald, Heather Headley, Haley Kilgore, Titus Burgess, and more. You're welcome.
What you baby, I got what you need. You know I got it. All I'm asking is for respect.
How many albums have you had?
4.
And no hits. Honey, find the songs that move you. Until you do that, you ain't going nowhere.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Aretha, you do talk, don't you? Not just sing?
I like you to call me Miss Franklin. to disturb the peace when you can't get no peace.
I